Today, we're not talking about the market, we're not talking about buying, selling, or even investing. Today, I offer you a quick escape from your daily problem, a time to appreciate the finer things in life and dream about what life could be. So join me as we tour the 5 most expensive homes of 2023 and peek into the life of la crème de la crème of Ottawa. Welcome back, I'm Henrick Mathieu, realtor and founder of the Mathieu's Group. You know, we help dozens of families buy, sell, and relocate in Ottawa every year, so if you need help, let us know. All right, let's start the show with number 5. This is a 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom beauty that sold for $3.85 million in only 52 days, which is pretty fast for a sale at that price point, actually. The property is located in the Glebe. This is a quite expensive neighborhood, not only because some homes like this one are quite crazy, but because it's very centrally located and it's an old, well-established neighborhood, rich in history, gives you access to Bank Street, Lansdowne, Commissioner's Park, and general proximity to downtown. So right off the bat, when you see a home like this with a price like that, you know it's been gutted and renovated completely, and usually by a pretty high-end design firm. But those properties are always very unique and my personal favorites to visit. All right, so at first glance here, off the home that was there originally, there's now a new whole modern addition on the left that wraps around to the back. Includes a carport, mudroom, second floor room with a small patio on top, and an extra room at the back as well. Those homes are usually not super big inside, so I guess they just wanted some extra space. But now look at the interior. Everywhere you look, there's something gorgeous, there's something unique, there's, obviously high-end finishes everywhere, but the real showstopper in this home, in my opinion, is the elliptical stairway. I can count on my fingers the number of times I've actually seen this in a home, and it always looks incredible. It's just so rare, and it completes this unique and traditional look. Now, since this home was built in 1910, and yes, you heard me correctly, this home is actually over 110 years old, you can tell that they try to keep a natural wood color to preserve the traditional aesthetic of the home, and same thing goes in the basement, right? They try to keep the foundation stone wall to the right, which ties up perfectly with the rest of the home. And if all of this wasn't enough for you, there's a very cool lap pool in the backyard, and if you look closely at that picture right there, you can actually see a home that's within my budget right there. Number 4, sold for $3.95 million, Wayne Manor. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, this is not Batman's home, but it does look like it. This is a 5-bedroom, 7-bathroom home with a garage big enough for 6 cars, because between me and you, what are you doing with your life if you don't have 6 cars, right? In the back, a saltwater pool, private pond, and access to the Ottawa River. Listen guys, it's only the second one on the list today and I'm already kind of lost for word. Like, look at the level of detail in this room alone. Not only this room has 20-something foot ceilings, but the detail work on the wall is actually incredible. And that chandelier is definitely more expensive than my car. Okay, right, jokes aside, this is another great example of traditional meets modern. You can feel the home has this old charm and presence, and yet the finishes throughout are pretty contemporary. The kicker is that this home was actually built in 2012, so it hasn't been renovated to be like that. It was all done on purpose right from the start by the designers. Of course, if you want a space like this, you can't really be sitting downtown, so it's located maybe 30 minutes out of Canada by the Ottawa River, and it's gorgeous. Oh, and by the way, if you guys like this and you want to know everything about Ottawa, don't forget to subscribe down below. And now moving on to number 3, we're going down in Manotick for this 6-bedroom, 6-bathroom palace that sold for $4.22 million. Amen. The Manotick Greeley area is all too familiar with properties of this caliber, since it's probably where you can find most of the biggest and most luxurious homes in Ottawa right after Rockcliffe Park. And that's what your home looks like at night from the back. Look at this. Look how absolutely stunning this is. That's a perfect party backyard if I ever saw one. You can see the back of the home is practically all windows to kind of connect the home to the surrounding nature, but it also lets in all the sunlight. This home obviously has every amenity that you can think of, right? A home theater, fitness room, 5-car garage, pool, game room, and this awesome office. Once again, the stairs here are spectacular, and notice the level of details that went into the floors. It's pretty impressive. And big bonus point for having a dedicated stage for your piano, like you own some cool lounge or something. This is pretty cool. I sold for a whopping $4.5 million. Our runner-up is right up your alley if you're into the modern aesthetic. This 5-bedroom, 6-bathroom doesn't look like much, but don't let the modest front fool you because this home is packed to the brim with great features. For example, despite being over 7,200 square feet of livable space, this home is net zero, meaning there is zero loss of energy, and this is something that's actually pretty rare in Ottawa still. It also comes with a state-of-the-art, sophisticated smart home automation and all the trims and finishes that you would expect to see in a home like that. Now, after seeing the last two on the list, you might think that the price is a bit high, but bear in mind that this home is located right in Rothwell Heights, right in the city and much closer to downtown than the last two. And real estate is all about location, so it also comes at a cost. And quick anecdote, when I was out there getting the drone footage that you guys are seeing right now, one of the rep from R&D Construction who actually built the house was there, and he was kind enough to let me walk into the property and show me around. And let me tell you guys, the pictures don't do it justice. All right, we're closing in number one, but before I show you our winner for this year, you have to understand where the home is located. It is right here, right in the tip of the most exclusive neighborhood in the city. Just to give you an idea, if you bought this home, these guys would be your neighbors. And you've probably seen them in last year's video, but this home has served as both the chancery and official residence of the Papal Nuncio since 1962. So what that means is that this is the Vatican's home, and you can actually catch the Pope working on his stand in the backyard during the summer. All right, I made the last part up, but this is still the Vatican's home. So with that in mind, let's take a look at our winning home. And our winner for the most expensive sales of 2023 is 737 Manor Avenue, sold for a very chill $7 million. 6-bedroom, 6-bathroom, coffered ceilings, a gorgeous chef cuisine, ton of natural lights, and love seats in your master and suite bathrooms for reasons unknown. The backyard, very elegant, looks like an English garden, and the whole property is, of course, very private. And you can tell, I try to fly my drone closer to get some good footage. I can't. There's massive trees everywhere. This is very private, very nice. This is obviously an older home and it screams old money. And it would actually be very interesting to know who has lived there in the past because I'm sure we could dig up some very interesting names. Again, it might not seem as impressive as some other homes on that list, but owning a home like that is as much about status that it is about being part of a very exclusive and wealthy community. And frankly, I don't think that the person who bought the property is the kind of person that worries about interest rate, if you know what I mean. So although I'll never be able to afford anything close to that, it's always a treat to peek into the life of the 1%. And now for everyone who wants to learn how to be able to afford a home like this, you can watch my video about building your own drug empire. Obviously, I'm kidding, but this is actually some even more impressive homes, and I'll see you there. See you guys.